After Super Metroid, the only appearance our bounty hunter made in games were in the Super Smash Bros. Party-style fighting games. Also, she made a small cameo in Super Mario RPG. Eventually, though, Nintendo outsourced Metroid to a company called Retro Studios, based in Austin, Texas, in America. Shigeru Miyamoto became personally involved with the new game, a first for the Metroid series, until they scrapped all the third-person builds of the game in favor of going into a completely new direction for a Nintendo game, a first-person perspective. While Retro was working on the new style of Metroid, Sakamoto and the Intelligent Systems team were working on a new Metroid game too, a 2D sequel to Super Metroid for the Game Boy Advance. Finally, in late 2002, the long absence of Metroid was over, and Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion were released to the masses. Metroid Prime put you inside Samus's helmet and you really felt like the bounty hunter in this game. Metroid Prime really isn't a first-person shooter. It was coined that the game was actually a first-person adventure game instead. Metroid Prime successfully kept the Metroid feel even with the perspective change. You are still exploring a planet, this time Town 4, finding power-ups, killing creatures, getting expansions, and messing around with the morph ball. Yet there's plenty of new stuff like new visors, the scan visor for instance, that let you find information about objects or open doors. Metroid Prime takes place before Metroid 2 Return of Samus and starts off exploring a space pirate ship, meeting up with Meta Ridley, following Meta Ridley to Town 4. Your main objective is to cleanse the Phazon corrupted planet of Town 4 by collecting 12 Chozo artifacts and then killing the Metroid Prime. It was worth the long absence of Metroid to get a game like Metroid Prime, which along with Super Mario 64 and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, is one of the best transitions to 3D any series has ever had in video games. Retro Studios really outdid themselves in the game. The story of Fusion takes place after Super Metroid, with Samus returning to the world of Metroid 2, SR388. She became infected with the X parasites and was nearly killed until someone found a cure. A Metroid vaccine from the infant Metroid, who Samus really owes her life to that Metroid twice over now. Samus gained a new suit from the vaccine and the ability to absorb these parasites for health and missile ammo. She spends the rest of the game trying to rid them off of a ship orbiting SR388 while fighting off her evil X-parasite twin, the SAS. Metroid Fusion was the most linear of all the Metroid games, and probably the most accessible out of all of them too. The whole game you're taking orders from Adam, a computer that is the AI version of a former commanding officer Samus had. By the end of the game, it seemed the only solution for fixing the X-parasite problem is crashing the ship into SR388. And in a Super Metroid sense, Samus's doppelganger at the last second saves her life to help her beat the Omega Metroid. And leaves you off with another mission complete screen. Prime and Fusion put the bounty hunter back in everybody's minds, and fans were excited to the sequel of Prime, which would come in a much shorter wait. Join us next part where we dive into Metroid Prime 2 Echoes and into Metroid Zero Mission.